Hello everybody, this is not a crypto expert chiming in with another video, and in today's video I wanted to discuss possible scenarios to why President Trump, the President of the United States, tweeted out a few weeks ago the just kind of random tweets about cryptocurrency. But before we get into today's video, I'm going to ask that you give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, would love a comment just to let me know that you are not a bot. I'm not going to ask for a share because it seems a little invasive, but let's go ahead and get into the video. And it is from Yahoo News or Yahoo Finance, excuse me. And this was dated July the 22nd. And the name of the article is U.S. Foes Are Weaponizing Cryptocurrency, says new report. And the report, I actually saw this on another site, and it's I would say if you're interested in the kind of the other side of what blockchain technology could do, we've heard all the great things, all the success stories as far as what it's doing for the consumer, what it's doing for stores, producers of goods, authentication, traceability, just everything. Well, there's a I don't want to say a dark side, but there's another side to everything. There's there's a heads, there's a tails, and the tails of cryptocurrency could potentially be having, or not just cryptocurrency, but blockchain could be having weaponized blockchain data. So going back to President Trump and his tweet, and then U.S. Secretary Steve Mnuchin coming out, like, I want to say the very next day, or maybe a few days. It wasn't that long, and it was one of the quickest things that I had ever seen from this administration, or really any administration, to act so urgently on something. Is I'm not gonna call it random, because this report outlines that the same day that President Trump made the tweet was the same day that this report came out. So maybe the United States has been kind of caught with our pants down, as far as we've kind of shunned it so much that where we have not been able to foresee the possible benefits or shortfalls of what could happen if we as a country do not take advantage of this next frontier. I know that we're working on space. I believe that it's pretty, the seas and the skies are ruled by the United States military, but this could be something where countries have found a backdoor to circumventing our where the United States can really throw our influence around is with our monetary system. Since the United States dollar is the world's reserve currency, if we put sanctions on a country or a particular group of people, and we force banks to deal with them, to not give them their money that's in dollars, or allow commerce of theirs that's in dollars, then that's for those people, pretty sure that's devastating, to just have a flow of whatever stream of money that you have, multimillionaire, billionaire, whatever it is. If it just stops all of a sudden from something that you have absolutely no control over, I'm pretty sure that hurts. So this report is outlining that countries are developing ways to get around sanctions from the United States dollar. Iran is actually building a cryptocurrency that will be backed by oil. So I'm just going to read a bit of the article and then point you towards the direction of the report. A new study from the Foundation for Defense of Democracies claims cryptocurrencies are being used by U.S. adversaries to circumvent the nation's geopolitical supremacy. The report, published the same day that President Donald Trump slammed Bitcoin on Twitter, focuses on Venezuela, China, Iran, and Russia, the four countries that are either subject to or most at risk of U.S. sanctions. Venezuela has already launched a national crypto, and China recently accelerated its plans to do the same. Actually, China, to me, is probably the biggest threat, because I believe that they have the resources to control the majority of the major cryptocurrencies that are out there, like Bitcoin, Ethereum. I really wouldn't say XRP because it's not decentralized, but they, just size-wise and the amount of people that they have, they could have enough bots that are out there or machines or whatever that they decide to create. They could have every person in half the country have a bot that's dedicated to mining Bitcoin, and they're going to have more than 51% of the mining power for Bitcoin. And I know that's theoretical, but it could happen. So let me go ahead and let me get back to the article. Russia, meanwhile, is piloting multiple blockchain projects seeking to develop a strategic advantage. And on Saturday, which was just a few weeks ago, Iran unveiled plans for a gold-backed cryptocurrency. So that right there is huge, especially if they being Iran decides to incorporate oil into that as well, because that would hurt the United States. It kind of goes into, well, I just my opinion. I think that would could potentially threaten the petrodollar. Um, but that's probably at least decades away from even realistically being a true threat, just because of how entrenched the American dollar is with the world. We are the world's reserve currency. So I would highly encourage you to check out the FDD, Foundation for Defense of Democracy's report. It's an interesting report. If you don't want to read the full thing, you can just Google FDD or companies, or excuse me, not companies, countries weaponizing cryptocurrency, and there are like a bunch of articles that came out when this news was announced, when the article came out, and of course when President Trump tweeted about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So, with that being said, folks, I hope that you are having a great morning, a great afternoon, and an even better evening.